And welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. It is the 16th day of May 2022. And remember, it's the day when the country is waiting to find out who's going to be the running mate for the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who's the party's top presidential aspirant, is going to be naming his running mate. The time indicated for that, from the information we've got, is 11 a.m. happening at the Kenyatta International Convention Center. Safina Chengohuma is our reporter at that event. And also, the names are being submitted to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. So the names of all running mates, we know we've had a whole list of people who are interested in being president. So they've got to present the names of the running mates, and the running mates will have to go through a scrutiny through bodies which are mandated to look at integrity issues according to Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. So those are two events, and that's a big story. Then we are also going to have Zainab Said. She's going to be taking a look at our IBC profile, and we've got the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. What's his move? Everyone has got his eyes on Kalonzo Musyoka. Kevin Washira is our reporter for that story. So we are going to be keeping tabs on what's happening at the KICC and all around the country. And remember also that from tomorrow, Kisumu City will be hosting the Afri Cities Conference. We've got a whole host of delegates from across the continent who are going to be in Kisumu for that convention that speaks about urban areas and how to best manage them in Africa. So those are some of the stories that we'll be taking a look at today. Our sign language interpreter still within this hour is Anne Wangeshi. After motorsport, we move on to another conversation. And in Ethiopia, until the 8th of August, we had Kenyans competing, and this is at the Zone 4.4. This was an individual chess championship in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And we had woman FIDE master Sasha Mongoli. She won in the women's division. And finishing fourth in the men's division was the national champion, Martin Njoroge. Martin is here with us. And Martin, welcome to KBC Channel 1.
Thank you very much.
I know Sasha is going to be joining us in a short while and to talk about what it means for her and how she has progressed as a woman FIDE master. First of all, your experience out in Ethiopia for you, Martin.
Ethiopia was very interesting, but the food was too new for my stomach. I ate raw meat. I've never eaten raw meat. It's called kitfo, and I think if I eat raw meat in a restaurant in Nairobi, people will say I'm a witch. So it was new, but it was nice. The chess was interesting. It was, I think the level of resistance I usually encounter here in Kenya is much higher than in those countries. I think that is because in Kenya we usually have very many tournaments, but there are countries they don't have as many tournaments. So Ethiopia was really nice. I think I'll get a title.
Eventually?
Yeah.
Outside of the country?
No, from Ethiopia.
From Ethiopia?
Yes, but it will be confirmed. But so I'm waiting to see. It might be approved or it might be rejected.
Now, and the reason why I want to come into that, you finished fourth, and in the 9th round you played against Samir Nadir of Sudan. At that point, you were on 6 points then. He was on 5.5. What was that contest that saw you finish in 4th place?
So had I won my game versus Samir Nadir from Sudan, I think I'd have a top 3 finish and get, Sasha later told me I'll get an IM norm, an international master norm, but then, okay, I think he's higher rated than I am, so I learned, I took home the lesson from that loss.
And you've mentioned IM norm. Just for somebody who's catching up with chess for the very first time, you could tell us what IM norm means.
Okay, so in chess there are titles. Titles show your level of mastery in the game, and they are awarded by the International Chess Federation. Now, there are, I think, 5 titles in chess. The lowest is Candidate Master. comparing it in terms of education, I'd say that a candidate master is someone with a bachelor's degree. A FIDE master is above a candidate master, and that is someone with a master's degree. An international master, what I'm referring to as an IMNOM, is above a master's degree. I think that is PhD. And then you get professor. Professor is now grandmaster. Now, an IMNOM, I'll refer to as candidate master and FIDE master as CM and FM. So to get the master title, you need to have, you need to perform in 3 different tournaments. You need to have a certain level of performance. I think around 7 points out of 9 rounds. Now, if I finished with 7, winning that game, I'd have a norm. So you require to have that.
A norm means
how do I put it, Sasha?
Well, we're joined by Sasha Mongoli, and she is a FIDE master, and she won in Ethiopia. Congratulations and welcome to KBC.
Thank you.
Yes. Sasha, having this conversation about the titles in chess, I am norm. Tell us, is the one that Martin would like, to get some more details on.
In order to get the IM norm,
what does norm mean? And
norm is
international master, nomination, or nominal?
Normal performance. Normal chess level performance for an international master.
Okay.
A norm is you can get the IM title, but there are ways to get the title. So you can win a tournament that is titled, you get the title, or you can compete in tournaments to get the norms, 3 norms, and after you have 3 norms, you have the right ratings. Then you can apply for the title. So those are the 2 ways to get the IM title.
And for you, Sasha, you're a woman FIDE master.
Yes.
And you could tell us about your journey, about getting to the FIDE master, and I think 3.5 years ago, being awarded as Sports Personality of the Month.
So I got the WFM title at the 2018 Olympiad, Chess Olympiad, after I got 7 points. And then after that, I went for Ethiopia for the Zone 4.4 individuals, and I won the event. So currently I have the WIM title, though it's on condition that I reach 2,000 ratings. And
looking at where you are now, your ratings at the moment, standard is 1,634. For the Rapids, 1,599. The Blitz, 1,457. Tell us how this rating works.
Ratings.
How you earn the points for the different competitions, the various forms of chess.
So when you start playing chess, you have to attend rated tournaments to get your first rating. When you get your first rating, there's something called K factor. So you have a K factor of 40. And when you play against rated players, if you win, you are added points. If you lose, points are deducted. So the more you win, the more you add points. And then after you add the points, they are added to your rating. So each time you win, you are added points. That's how you get the ratings.
So here you are, you swept Ethiopia. 9 out of 9, and that's a competition. Those are the pictures on your screen now at the Zone 4.4 chess championship. It was an individual chess championship that was there in Ethiopia. Take us through this championship, the points that have come and what they mean for your rating.
Winning all the games, I only got 38 ratings that I'm going to add to my initial one. But since I was the highest rated, when in an event you are the highest rated, it's hard for you to get more ratings. than when you are than when there are more higher rated player than you. So since the event, there were less. I was the highest rated, so I could not get more ratings that I had expected.
So about how much, 38 points from the 9 matches that you played. Supposing you had somebody who was higher rated than you, how much of a difference in points would have come through?
If I defeat a person who is lower rated than me, mostly I'll get maybe 10 or 8 points. But if I defeat a person who is higher rated than me, I get 14, 18 points. So that's the difference.
Well, it could be a difference of up to 10 points.
Yes.
So looking after the zone 4.4, what kind of rated events are you looking at for you to get to the magical 2,000 points? Knowing well that, and that's before the World Chess Olympiad.
I'm looking forward to African individuals to be in Nigeria next month. So I hope I could get away to go there and get more ratings.
Well, Martin, let me come to you and your current ratings at the moment, 1,932. 2,000 points will get you to that. Where would it get you?
If I get 2,000 FIDE ELOs, okay, I'm more used to calling them FIDE ELOs as opposed to points. So let me refer to them as ELOs. So with my 1932 ELO rating, if I reach 2,000, okay, I think I'll be among the top 5 in the country, but I won't get a FIDE title. So to get a FIDE title, I need to reach, I think, 23. To get the IM title, I think I need to reach 2,400. So I have to keep pushing on. Yeah.
And how different is it for women's chess and men's chess when it comes to the titles? Because you'd have candidate master, FIDE master, then come to the IM.
So in women, I think, in women, their titles are usually preceded by women. So women candidate master, woman FIDE master, woman IM, woman GM. But if they get their ELOs to be equal to the level of men's, they stop being a WCM and now they become a CM. So for women, I think any title that begins with W is lower. The conditions for getting it are lower. For example, Sasha will become a WIM, a woman international master, on reaching 2,000. But if I reach 2,000, I won't become a WIM because I'm male. So I need to. So for the winner of that tournament in the open section, by open I mean men's section. Yeah. So the winner in that section needs to reach 2,100. So when they reach 2,100, they get the title directly. Yeah.
And what about candidate master and FIDE master for the men in that case?
So the tournament had 9 rounds. To reach candidate master, you need to get 50% of the total number of games. So 50% of 9 is 4.5. So everyone who had 4.5 from that tournament will get the candidate master title. To get the, including also for women.
Yes.
I don't think they won't become WCM. They'll just become candidate master. For FIDE master, you need to reach 66% of 9 games. So 66 of 9 games is 5.85.
So that is 6 games.
That is 6 games, yes. In chess, you only get 1 point for a win or a half for a draw. So 5.85 means 6. So I got 6. So I think I should get the title.
Well, we're waiting for that. And actually, that qualifies you, the 6 points. So it waits a ratification. And that is standard chess.
Yes, that is standard chess.
Now, let's come to the other format, which is rapid. Sasha, how different is rapid from standard?
For standard, the difference lies on time control. For rapids is anytime below 30 minutes. So that is rapids. And then for blitz is anytime below 5 minutes. So that the difference is in time control. Standard 1 hour, 30 minutes, or anything above 30 minutes.
And when you're playing that, how challenging does it become, when especially for decision making, for you to ensure that you keep getting the points and moving up to this high level competitions like the 4.4 that you had a weekend that ended on the 8th of August?
In Ethiopia, the time controls were favorable. We had 1 hour, 30 minutes. And then after you reach move 40, you had 30 more minutes. So you have enough time to make the right decision. You can take your time, think through all moves. So that one is not challenging. But for the first time controls, most of the time people just play with the time instead of playing the best chess, because you can win if your opponent loses on time. If your opponent time reaches 0 and you still have some minutes, you get the win. So when we reduce time control, the win comes from you having the nerves to remain with more time.
Chess is a game that's decided by checkmate, eventually, where basically your king is the chief is cornered. How different is it from the time controlled one rather than what you'd call the standard, Martin?
So in a standard time control, a game can take 6 hours, 4, 6, maybe even 8 hours.
We used to know of some grandmasters who used to play for 3-4 days.
Yes, one game, yes.
Yes,
that was
Karpov and Kasparov.
In the 60s and 50s.
Actually, as late as the 90s.
Yeah. So that is standard chess. Now, there are 3 formats. There is standard, rapid, and blitz. Now, in standard, the minimum time control is 1 hour. So in rapids, it is 25 minutes per game. Now, in blitz, you can finish a game within 2 minutes or 3 minutes. The usual time for a blitz game is 5 minutes. Maybe to explain to the football fans, so the way a game is 90 minutes minimum. Now, in chess, a game can be 5 minutes minimum. But in those 5 minutes, you can finish your opponent within 1 minute or 2 minutes. It depends on how they are playing. So it all depends on how the opponent is playing.
All right. So tell us how you're able to finish an opponent in a minute.
Oh, so there is...
Or half the time, which is 2.5 minutes.
So there is usually a clock, which has 5 minutes on my side and 5 minutes on the opponent's side. Now, I make a move, I tap the clock. The clock is actually a timer. So my time runs down from 5 minutes going towards 0. So if I make a move and I've taken maybe 1 second, so my time is 4 minutes, 59 seconds. And then if the opponent takes 4 minutes to think of their first move, now they're left with 1 minute versus my 4 minutes and 59 seconds. I make another move and then they lose on time. So I can win like that. That is winning via time. Or the opponent can match my time. So I make a move, tap the clock, I've spent 1 second. They make a move, tap the clock, they've spent 0.5 seconds. So depending on how fast they play and the accuracy of their moves, I can win the game on the board as opposed to winning on the clock. So that is how you can win versus your opponent in 2 minutes or a minute.
Well, let's now talk about the big event, the World Chess Championships. They will be taking place in India and
the Olympiad.
Yes, the World Chess Olympiad.
Yes.
Taking place in India. And Sasha, let me start with you. This had to be decided 6 months in advance. Initially, it was supposed to be hosted in Moscow, Russia, but things happened, and now you'll be going to Chennai, India. and from the 28th of July to the 10th of August. Talk about the local scene, especially for the women's game.
I did not get the question.
You did not get the question. The women's game in Kenya and how you qualified for the World Chess Olympiad.
Oh.
And I'll also ask you about your teammates, Madelta, Julie, and Cynthia.
So to qualify for the team, you go through 3 stages. The first one is the Kenya National Championship. After that, the top 24 players will move to play the second phase. And then the top rated, and then the top junior, and the winner of Kenya National Championship will go directly for the final phase. So after second phase, the top 8 players or 9, depending on how many players were able to go directly for the final phase, they will proceed for the final phase. And for the final phase, we will have round robin, where each player, all the players will face each other. After that, the top 5 will make the team.
Well, tell us about your teammate. Let's start with Madelta Glenda. What's the quality of Madelta?
She's a strong player, and she's a strong player.
Okay. I'll just let you just hold back. The men's side, Martin.
Yes.
Qualifying for, the chess Olympiad and looking at, that the process that you had to go through. Take us through it until the team was named in February.
So from December 26th to 30th December, there was the National Chess Championships, so to select the national team, you go through phases, as Sasha has just said. So that was the first stage for selecting players from number 1 to number 24 in the final ranking. Now, the players from number 1 to number 24, they go to play amongst themselves to select the best 12 from those 24 people. And then those 12 people go to a final stage to select 5 players. Now, there are, so in my nationals, it was difficult, but I think I won. So I went directly to the final phase, the last stage. So from those 24 players, there are several criteria for choosing who will progress to the next stage. The youngest, the best performing under 18, the national champion, and the highest rated Kenyan. Those 3 people will go straight to the final stage, so they will bypass the second stage. Now, from these 24 guys, 3 people have already proceeded to the final stage.
So that leaves 21.
Yes, that leaves 21. Now, the next 3, 25, 26, 27, now they come to make it an even number so that no one lacks an opponent. So they play in the second stage, and then they choose the best 9 to go play together with these other 3 people. So it was tough. The final phase was very rough on me. I think, so it was played over 2 weekends. 6 rounds the first weekend, and 5 rounds the first weekend, and then another 5 rounds the second weekend. So from the first weekend, I was at risk of missing out on the team. That is how strong the level of chess players are. So the second weekend, I had to play. I had to put more effort. And until the last round, I was at risk of missing out on the team. It was very tough, but then I managed.
Well, let me talk about the other men in the team. Let's start with Ben Magana. Where would you place him?
Ben Magana will be the captain. He's also my captain at KCB Chess Club. So he has been instrumental in helping me in improving, developing as an all-rounded player to compete equally versus the best chess players in Kenya. So his role as a captain will be instrumental for the men's team, for the open team, in putting up an excellent performance at the Olympiad. We also have experienced chess players who have gone to several Olympiads before, and they have served in various capacities as officials, helping other people, more of mentoring. So Gibinji Hinga, Ben
Actually,
Boko.
he's in the Githinji Hinga is in the team. Tell us about Githinji Hinga.
Yes, so Gibinji Hinga he's a strong chess player. In fact, when I got into the chess scene, he was among the names I wanted to beat. So I'm new to chess, but then I see there's this Gibinji Hinga. Always in every tournament, podium finish Gibinji Hinga, Gibinji Hinga, Gibinji Hinga. So I was in high school. Now I'm wondering, who is this Gibinji Hinga? I need to win against him. I need to win against him. He's a strong player, and he has gone to various Olympiads. So his experience will be valuable in helping the new guys in the team.
Did you get that win eventually?
Yes, I beat him badly. It was rough. Yeah, it was rough. In fact, comparing it to an animal, it's like when a cheetah tears off the limb of maybe a gazelle or a deer, and then it just take apart his lungs and his heart. So it was rough.
Okay, this is somebody who plays some very brutal video games on the side, it seems.
Actually, chess is very rough. Chess is very, very rough. Chess is a mental game, and chess mirrors life. So when you see someone can be just seated and they look so calm, but they have too much pressure in their head about their lives. So and you won't notice. That is how chess players usually feel on the board. It is so rough, it is so hostile, and it is also an interesting game. So it has all emotions.
All right, let's talk about Ben Ngoku also. He's in the team.
Ben Ngoku is my teammate at KCB Chess Club. In fact, he's in the league, he's usually seated, so I'm board 2. So I'm seated next to board 1. So Ben Ngoku, then myself, and then Magana, Metu, and a lady player, might be Joyce or Krishi. So I usually study his games when we're playing in the league. So I usually watch what he's doing. So I see the way he manhandles his opponents, and then now
language you're using.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Put pressure on their opponents.
Yes, put pressure on his opponents. So in the Olympiad, I'll be watching him. I'll be seated next to him, and he'll be my teammate. So I learn a lot from him. He will teach me techniques of chess, of various chess positions that I'm not very sure of. So it will be interesting. Yes.
Okay, so Sasha, I'm sure now you're a little bit comfortable. We'll be coming to the women's team. At least you've got a few picks from him, and I hope you use wildlife analogies. But finally, the juniors, and we are talking about Robert Makliego.
Makligeo.
Makligeo.
Yes. So Makligeo is an interesting opponent. He's in, I think he's in high school.
Yes. Actually, he did his final he did his final year exams. I think just in around March or something. We had him on that hot seat.
Oh, okay. So Makligeo will be an interesting teammate because he brings to chess new energy. Makligeo is the type of player who is okay to play any position, and he will not force the play to go towards a certain direction. He is okay to play any type of position, and also he plays a style of chess, openings, patterns. He plays patterns of chess that I don't usually play. So I think I have a lot to learn from him. It will be interesting to be his teammate.
All right. Well, and just a reminder of what Robert McLeod said is that one day he was picked up late from school and he decided to go play chess and he got hooked, and that's his story. We'll be coming to position and direction because those are two things that we'd like to properly understand. And Sasha, let me come to you now. And you talked about Madelta. Let's talk about Julie Mutisia, who also made it to the chess Olympiad team. Tell us about the other women who you will be traveling with to India.
So far, I've gotten the opportunity to be teammates with Cynthia and Joyce. For Madelta and Julie, this will be the first time we are teammates. So I don't know much about them, but I look forward to working with them because they are good chess players, and I'm ready to learn something from them.
And let me just take you back, when you were awarded as a Sports Personality of the Month at the Technical University of Kenya. Afterwards, and I think there was also an award coming to you from the university. How did that impact your life, and how it got you to start more conversations about chess with your college mates?
After winning those 2 awards, I realized that many of my classmates got interested in chess, and then when I would walk around the school, I would meet other female students who got interest in chess, and then they would ask me how I started. And then in the end, when I used to go to tournaments, there would be parents with their kids coming, and they just want to have a word with me. Their kids they would tell me that I'm their role model. So winning the award made me a role model to so many female players. So that's how it changed my life.
And how are you running the coaching, for upcoming players, for the female players who are interested? Because I know you get the calls. Sasha, I want you to come help my daughter. Sasha, I want you to come to our school, teach them and tell them about chess.
Mostly, I request the players to send me their games. I go through their games, and then I give them feedback on what to adjust, where they should work on. And also play some games with them. Yes.
Well, very calculated, words, chess type coming in from Sasha Mongoli. And now, let me come over to you, Martin. You spoke about position, direction, and patterns. In that order, what are chess positions on a board? And, as Martin speaks, I know Brian can just give us some of the cards so that, we can see how, as the games were being played out in Ethiopia.
So what I mean by chess has 3 stages of the game: the opening, the middle game, and the end game. Now, to put it in a simple way is positions and patterns. Now, there are some various positions which the method of playing them is already known. There is only 1 or 2 good ways of playing them. Now, McLeod plays some various positions which which I've never looked at. So whenever I'm playing him, I have to think on the board. There is no previous work done in analyzing those positions. So those patterns, there are many. They are very many. But yeah, so I just have to look at them.
All right. Now, your outlook, Sasha, as we close, your outlook before the 28th of July when the Chess Olympiad starts?
For the ladies team, we are looking forward to winning a medal. Yes.
And get more points, get the IM in the bag. All right. And for you, Martin, I know the men's division is going to be very challenging. What's the outlook for it? And between now and the 28th of July, what's the plan?
We have a grandmaster coach, courtesy of Chess Kenya. So I aim to utilize his skill and knowledge to build up my resistance in preparation for the Olympiad. Also, as the open team, we have to put up a sterling performance that hasn't been seen in previous open teams to the Olympiad. And I want to get an individual gold medal on the board that I'll be playing.
All right. Thank you very much. Martin Njoroge is a national men's chess champion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sasha.
And Sasha Mongoli, she's a woman FIDE master and also won the region 4.4 in Ethiopia. She came back tops, winning 9 out of 9. Thank you very much, Sasha. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable next time. You won't have to worry. It will be like playing against me. Kugonga tu rahisi. All right. Thank you very much.